Hello there, everybody. So let's see what we're up to tonight. So my plan is going to be to refit my old Necromancer gameplay, and it's a gameplay my Necromancer build that has never been really completed in any meaningful way. So that's gonna be the plan for tonight. Okay, so I left my Necromancer with these cool Inquisitors, so probably they're going to be used for something tonight, I don't know. So before I'll do anything, we're going to go over the Necromancer Perks again, because, you know, it's my typical procedure. So, animated dead. My creatures start with zombies. Zombies deal random damage to random enemies at the start of the master's turn. Well, that's neat. That means we get each zombie deals damage to a random enemy. That means we get 3 whacks per action for free. At the start of my creature's turns, the minions gain 1 additional stack. So that means gain a minion, keep a minion. That's cool. After my creatures cast a spell, we gain Conquest. After Conquest's master casts a spell, it grants all of my creatures a random buff. Oh, that's neat. AoE buffing is usually a more costly thing to get. Riflings, 3 of them at the beginning of each fight. They smack debuffs onto the enemies. Unstable Horrors, more stats per unstable horror. After the master defends or provokes, deals damage equal to its highest stat for each stack. Jeez, that's useful. After my creatures gain a minion, they get some health back. At the end of my creature's turn, they summon Death. Start of Death's turn, chance to kill the enemy with the lowest health. Okay, fancy. Famine after an attack. After Famine's master attacks, it decreases the target's maximum health by 30%. It's something for longer fights. After my creatures have these 4 people, they cast Apocalypse at the start of their turns. The creatures are healed by this spell. Okay, cool. Gravewalker. After my creatures are killed, they have a chance to be resurrected with 50% health for each different minion they have. Wheat Shield. My creatures take less damage for each different minion. Okay. Midnight Bargain. My creatures' minions are 100% more or less likely to go away. So that means no more minion decay whatsoever, I guess. And Certitude. My creatures deal 15% more damage for each different minion they have. Okay. My creature's minions persist beyond their master's death. Oh, lovely. And if we receive damage, we summon War. Okay, so all of the 4 apocalyptic riders are automated. That's cool. After War's master is damaged, it deals damage to the enemy equal to 50% of the damage taken. Okay, so we've got damage reflection after that. So the zombies give random whacks. We gain Conquest and spell casts. We gain another apocalyptic rider on attacking. We gain another one on, I think, provoking. No, at the end of my turns per se. So I'll just need to have minions that attack and cast spells to get that 4 horseman thing going. That overall means that the emphasis flows towards a little bit more of the intelligence side, because, you know, I want to have that Apocalypse spell hammering quite hard. Beyond that, minion diversity rules. The more minions we have, the better. It's not too surprising for a Necromancer, but where was that? How did that thing with the debuffs work again? Conquest yields a buff for a okay, so my spellcasters will be buff makers. There was something which spread out debuffs. The riflings? Yeah. So the riflings spread debuffs for when we get attacked. Okay. So we actually benefit from getting attacked. It's an interesting venue to take. So I don't know if I'll keep those Inquisitors, but the Inquisitor line has minion traits. So my creatures' minions have a 50% lower chance to go. I can toss that away. That's an entirely useless trait because I don't have any chance of minion loss. That's negated. Okay. After this creature attacks, it gains a random minion. After my other creatures attack, they have a chance to get that same thing. Neat. My creatures' minions are more powerful. Definitely a keeper. At the start of battle, my creatures gain 1 to 3 minions. I'll keep that. My creatures' riflings inflict a debuff. They also grant a buff and 1 extra rifling. Keeper. My creatures' zombies now deal damage based on their master's highest stat. In addition, we gain a zombie to start. Okay. There's I'm pretty sure that I want to keep them. There's nothing to mutter about these. So before we go into other options, I want to go into the Codex and check out what other minions there are. You know, we've seen those. Tarun Jr. Well, I've only seen that on enemies so far. We haven't talked about Spiderlings. Okay. Or wait a sec. They all have a chance to leave of 25%. So wait, no. I need you. So the chance is 100% higher. So that means the chance increased from 25 to 50%. So I still need that Inquisitor. It's actually still very, very good for me. Ari just, welcome. Happy to see you. So I thought that this would be bad, but actually no. It's really good. The longer I can keep my minions, the better. So, okay. Let's see what we'll need for a minion master combo. I wanted to check out spells because I think spells are really important. Yes, Necromancer today. Necromancer was the first character class I played when I started Siralim Ultimate. So this is kind of a real throwback for me. I'm really happy to get here. So let's see. I'm pretty sure that I should check out Death Magic first. Alright. Let's see. Every spell that's gaining. So let's see. Enemies are afflicted with a random debuff for every 3 stacks of zombies. That's perfect. Because we start with 3 stacks of zombies per se. That means I can use the spell to fling out debuffs on the enemy. That's good. Debuffs are always valuable. Damnation. It's pretty slick too. It was one of the hardest classes though. Was it? I don't know. I had fun with it. But I actually didn't really play my Necromancer as a Necromancer. I only utilized these free minion perks. That worked pretty well. Druid, well... Druid was... I never really made a Druid for real. gotta say. Graveyard Shift. My creatures gain a stack of zombies. Definitely. Definitely gonna take that. Those zombies sound like a lot of fun. It's a lot of debuffs. Oh, I've skipped the other minions that were available. I have to check them out as well. There's more of them. Caster gains Conquest. I don't like these because honestly they're quite bland. The Booze Master. Can't remember what that was again. Creatures gain a random minion for each creature fighting on your side that belongs to the same class as the caster. Okay. Wow. That's an interesting venue. Elemental. Oh, they're so fun, these things. Ah, now I know what hit you. Yeah. These are all monsters that you can buy from the mini-game currency. So, Summon Horde might be a thing. Because, you know, we can actually rewrite our class. Like, all of my creatures can be the Death class. And then Summon Horde would be working out fine. So, Summon Unstable Horror. The caster gains 1 stack. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that. I want AoE options. Caster is killed, and your creatures gain 3 random minions. That sounds like a neat thing. Let's see how we can use that. Duck, hi there. Yeah, hello again. Happy that you're around today again. So, now let's see. Worm Rot. Yuck. Another thing. Let's go for the status effects. So, Animated Gem. After the Animated Gem's master manually casts a spell. Okay, that's not too... Well, kinda interesting. I mean, that would make these gems where only the caster gets a new minion a lot more interesting. Animated Weapon. When the master attacks, it deals additional damage equal to the highest total stats from artifact stats. That's okay. That's a interesting thing. Doppelganger. Ooh, yeah. Yes, please. That sounds really strong. Illusion. This minion masters post-action effects on attack, on cast, and so 2 additional times. Woo! Okay. The minions are quite tasty. Where can I get them? So let's see. This all looked like sorcery stuff. Let's see. Caster gains Doppelganger. So, well, let's pick up these Direwolves. Direwolves are linked to the Hound class. I might be checking these out, even if they aren't linked to the Necromancer. So I'll just pick up these gems here. Probably I'll be using them. I just want to know what my options are before we dive into the creature selection. Over the time that I play this game, I vastly changed my way of playing, of building teams. And every time I build a team, I change something new. Alright, so what does Morph Sorcery do? Regain Intelligence. So I'll definitely want a Greater Dispel gem. There we go. I'll just go forward and craft a couple of things that I always need for my builds. I learned over the time that there's a couple of things that you just need caster casts 3 of their ethereal spell gems. With all these summonings that only trigger when the caster themselves and spells that work like this. Whatever, we're going to see. I don't want to overbuild before we even start. So, I think that's all we needed from here for now. Let's see, nature. Let's give nature a spin. Maybe we'll get something here. Caster gains 2 stacks of spiderlings. They'd explode when they get attacked. I'm not too interested in that. I have the feeling as if there even exist in this game minions for several specializations. Like, as if the Necromancer isn't using all of the minions in the game. Okay. So, your creatures with dire wolves gain 3 stacks of this minion. I'll craft that one just for the case that we got those dire wolves. I have to check out what they do. Totally forgot. So my creatures gain 1 stack of dire wolves. So here we go. Due to the Necromancer perk adding 1 stack of minions of each minion per turn, we'll never stop gaining minions here. So, life magic. Life magic, of course, has the usual suspects. We're going to pick up 1 Requiem. I'm going to pick up 1 Resurrection. I'm going to pick up 1 Benediction for the AoE heal. Praise the Sun, maybe, to 1 major resurrection. I like to have different resurrection spells. These are pretty important in the long run. And here, Benediction. My creatures recover a massive amount of health. There we go. So... Collement. No. Well, let's craft 1. So I have it. Okay, so that's... Now let's check out the completion here. So after his minion's master attacks, each dire wolf deals damage to target equal of 30% its speed. What an odd minion. Okay. So let's check out what we can get here. So, as I've seen, I have a way of triggering minions when, or a spell that triggers when stuff dies. So undeath effects might be appealing. Beyond that, who's doing stuff with minions except for the Inquisitors? That's now the next interesting part. Who's good at spreading debuffs in general? Because obviously we're on the debuff train. And beyond that, I don't know, I have a hard time discerning what I should do with that setup. Because ultimately we seem to be stacking minions and growing on power there. So... I'm not interested in these dudes. Automatons definitely don't fit into that scheme. I mean, the baseline of creatures here ain't bad. The Inquisitors will work out quite well, but what beyond? What will we do beyond that? There must be more options. I can't imagine that this would be all. I'm gonna check out the Hounds. These might prove useful. My Chaos creatures and Weakened creatures always have animated gem. Okay. Not that appealing, because that's only extra spell casts. So, let's see. After creatures cast a spell, they have a chance to gain a random buff. We're looking for something that's interacting with, in some regard, minions or 4 minions. So carvers, definitely nope. Centaurs, they're all about attacking stuff. Cerberus. Now let's see. Cerberus can cast spells, but he automatically spreads his gems. We got one already, so. Let's see. There's no Cerberus for minion spells. Too bad. Let's go for the very obvious things. To flesh out some sort of strategy out of that. Clutchers, no. Cockatrice, no. Barbarian, no. Cruncher, no. Crusaders. Well. Crusaders are not really fitting here. Let's see. Usually, as soon as I find something that fits into the scheme, I end up with more options than I can pick up stuff, but for now. Djinn. Is there a minion Djinn? I mean, there must be some creature that's also interacting with minions. The Doom Fortresses. I recently discovered that these are quite rare, actually. These are god minions. You have to buy them for emblems. So, Doom Guards. I'll definitely rely on some part on the Doom Guard's resilience skills, but not for now. Dragons. Dragons are only reactive dudes. Dryads, they revolve around buffs. Is there maybe something? I mean, the Dryad Structures is a thing that's quite appealing, because whenever one of my creatures gains a minion, I think they gain a random buff. This would make sure that... Yeah, let's take that. It's such a simple mechanic for me to make sure that my dudes have all the buffs all the time. I think, oh no, after Conquest's Master manually casts a spell, grants, but the Dryad might be an option to keep that buff spreading alive. And I know that buff spreading is extremely powerful to make your team more resilient, but still, it's something that's convincing me here. Dumpling, Nugget, Ifrit, Fire Magic, Beasties, Eft, Tribalist things, Elves, Shutdown Critters, Ents, well, good old Ent combo, Ebony Ent and, which one was it? Yeah, well, Ebony Ent and, a Fluorescent Ent here, 40% less damage while they have mending. This is such a powerhouse of defense. Probably gonna rely on that, because as far as it seems, I got the feeling as if my Necromancer could have a advantage, and that's pretty freedom of build, pretty much a freedom of building, because the minions should do a lot on their own. There was a little bit more. Forsaken, no. Gargantuan, no. Gargoyle, no. Gemling, no. Ghouls, no. Giants, definitely no. Aja Birku, well, it's the god spawns. I don't have too many of those yet. Golems. I don't think we need golems here. Gorgons. Medusa. Griffin. Grimoire. Let's see. At the start of battle, this creature casts its first 2 non-ethereal spell gems that summon minions. Okay. Now we're talking business. Finally something. Hello there, Necromancer. Oh, come on. Not another abomination. Yay! Finally something. I mean, this is actually also pretty good. I just need to find a way that this Grimoire doesn't spend charges too much. So, my creatures start with Arcane. Yeah, that would be a cheap way. Arcane is a buff that gets consumed when you cast a spell, and so your gems don't use up charges. Harpies, no. Necromancers, no. So, Hounds. So my creatures can have additional stacks of Direwolves. My Hounds deal more damage for each stack of Direwolf. At the start of my creature's turn, they gain 1 stack of Direwolf. I'm not that interested in Direwolves. They base around speed, and speed is not my keystone attribute here. But I mean, I could fuse that. This would be a really, really solid foundation and having a lot of power with those Hounds. If I don't find any other minions, creatures, I might be actually inclined to go that way. I mean, it's not the worst if I don't find anything else. So here's the Inquisitors. I already have summoned them all. There's no new Inquisitor that I don't have yet. Kraken, these are new. Leeches, they won't be helping either. Lich, now that could be something. Your creature's death spells cost 20% health and don't consume any charges. So we're going to let this dude in. Because, you know, healing can be put together. I just need to get those Ent into the team, and then we can go for that. Robofog. Yeah, I don't mind being guilty for getting you into this game. You're welcome. So my creatures casts death spells, but at the start of battle, this creature gains Summon Conquest, Summon War. Okay, yeah, we're going to summon this dude. Maybe I'll use that. My creature's spell gems that summon minions do not consume any charges. Wonderful. That's what I like to see. Alright. Liches and Inquisitors. That's what we're playing here. Okay. Finally found my class. Oh, race, I should rather say. Liches are really good. My creatures have 7% more defense for each death spell gem. Each of your creatures have equipped. Okay. It's a lot. Like 7% for each death spell gem on each creature. That's 21% more defense per creature times 6. Potentially. It's a lot. My creatures gain Murder of Crows. Okay. Creatures cast death spells as if they have. Okay, I'm going to summon one of this Lich Overseer. Maybe it's going to be something I'll use. Lookmentria. Maniacs. Oh my. Manticores.
This is
Oh my
very
god,
personal.
Roxy, thank you so much. Appreciate your support. And Doug, Argus, and Sen, welcome among the subscribers. So happy to have you.
This is very personal.
It's so much appreciated. Can't tell you how much. Alright, let's continue the work. The work must be continued.
This is very personal.
Minotaurs. No. These are not working out. Mites. No. Bots. Oh. Brave little bot. So. Nah. I don't want a critter that has permanent 1 HP. But we're going to need something that's going to die for us repeatedly. I need a creature that's good at dying and standing back up. If somebody knows something, let me know. Alright. I like that playlist that I dug out there. Pretty chill and not too dark. Last couple of playlists I had from that artist were a little bit dark. I mean, I do like dark music, but sometimes, you know, a little bit of more mellow tunes are pretty cool as well. Nihilists. No. Occultists. Let's see. That could be a thing. So that's the same like my Lich there, only with sorcery spells. Well then, Oafen. Life spellcasters. The new monsters look great, that's true. So after my creatures are resurrected, let's see. Another chance of gaining rebirth right away again. Well, appealing, but no. Base creatures, no. Phoenix. After your creatures kill an ally, your creatures are resurrected with 50% health. Now that would be a way of getting that sacrificial thing going. But, let's see. Phoenix are really good for on death triggers or on resurrect triggers. But we're not finding anything here. Pillwiz or bleed critters. Pit Wraith. Alchemists, let's see. The Plague Doctors might be. I don't think so. Your creatures take less damage for each debuff they have. This creature casts spells one additional time for each minion it has. That's a trait, though, that I want to keep track of. I'm right now also summoning creatures to, kind of like bookmarking. To have a finger on them. I look for that trait material later. The priests, well, the priests have nothing really to give me. The liches already were a pretty good combo. I think inquisitors and liches should make the team powerful enough so that I have to just add in some defensive elements after that. Just want to make sure that I'm not overlooking anything too extremely tasty right now. That would be sad. Salamanders, for example, maybe they have something here. So after my creatures are resurrected, before your other creatures die, they cast spells. After my creatures take a lot damage, chance to cast it again, random spell cast on defense or provoke. That's such a good one. And, well, that wasn't too interesting here. Sometimes I find very appealing triggers there among the salamanders. Shamblers, no, they're all based around Blight. Seraphs, I don't know what to do with Seraphs, honestly. Shadows are based around here, debuffs, shapeshifters, whatever. Sins, no. AFK, hey there. Yeah, we had a really good day today. You never seen the game like this? Oh. After this creature is resurrected, your other creatures are resurrected as well. Okay. After this creature gains a buff, your other creatures that don't have this trait gain combat. Not too interesting. Smiths, well, artifact enhancers, smog, no, snap traps, timeline manipulators, soul flayers, well, most common race. I do play with a very slim set of races, so... be really interesting. My creatures that belong to your most common race are resurrected. The others have a chance to resurrect you. Well, no. This one looks pretty interesting. Like, I could spread out healing to all of my creatures if they all had the same race. That is, but let's see. Spellbane. Storm whirlwinds. They gain a spell and they gain bonuses when they cast those spells. Okay. Whatever. The Sphinxes are new. I don't know what to think about them, but... So, buff after heal. Defense after heal. Extra healing. Storms to loot group. Bombs. Tremors. Agnostic. Goofs, hey there! So happy to see ya. Unguided now. Pegasus. Unicorns. So, buff spread on attack, Volcano spellcast on attack. Dodo, hi there. So, Uralos, no. Valkyrie, no. Voidhorde, no. Vortisus. Doesn't look too interesting either. Wolves, okay, maybe that's something. Wolves are pretty good at auto-casting stuff. Maybe there's one for minion summoning gems, but no, there's not. Curses. Watchers. Wights. After this creature dies, it has a chance to be resurrected. That's a pretty nifty trait for the dude that's supposed to die to give people minions. After this creature dies, it has a chance to resurrect its allies. Okay. I should combine this dude with that dude, and that's pretty nifty life insurance for my team. I don't think I'll need that this badly. What retainers quivering? they intercept buffs and stuff like that. And Yetis. How many new exotics have I found? Let me check. New races, like exotic. Here. So, a couple of them. Toyland Amalgamation, Sapphire Drake. Piscicanth is not really new. Grabette is new. Okay, so now that I've seen all of this, well, I want to go for the good old Ent way. Ebony Ent plus a Fluorescent Ent is just, no, I don't have any of those, sadly. So let's go for a good old Mending and Damage Reduction combo. Never grows old, in my opinion. Now, let's see. I got that many Abomination Brutes. I summoned them all by accident. Great. So, let's see. I definitely want to have that combo, but maybe I'll just forge that into my artifacts. Let's see. About those liches. Let's see what's totally not... So, Book of the Dead. At the start of battle, this creature casts its first 2 spell gems that summon minions. We're going to combine that with the Lich Bloodletter, so that's going to be really, really cool. So we're going to need the Lich Bloodletter for sure. So let's see. These all have varying levels. Thanks for mentioning. This should fix it. So... we don't need the Bloodletter. The Lich Necromancer is all I'll need. The minion summon gems don't consume charge. Should be all I'll need. And this should minimize the effort there. So let's do that as the first fuse here. So, Lich Necromancer, because that's just too good to say no to that. Boom. Okay. Next one. The Necrogrimoire, well... this sounds pretty kick-ass, I gotta say. Especially since I got the option to, you know... yeah, we'll do that. It'll all make sense in a moment. So... let's see, we gain random minions. All of these I want to keep. So we're going to pick up the dude that... let's see. Dark Ages sounds pretty neat too. But we're going to go for a Necrogrimoire here. So let's see. Question is which creature do I want to fuse into that? Ah, well, whatever. The fun here is that most of my critters will do damage according to their minions, so... I don't need to worry too much about certain things like stats too much. This one here, though, with that very low attack, I'll maybe use a scroll for that later. So, got that, and let's see what we're going to fuse into that. Probably the Hail to the King. I don't really need that. But the Dark Ages is something I really, really like to have. Wait a second. To that dude. Because I like the idea that death gems do make my critters more tanky. Sounds like a great combo. Okay, so let's see. I'm not too interested to have those Ents as fusing partners. So let's see. Nature's Blessing and Black Lotus. Do I have these? And let's see. What kind of artifact is good for my Necromancer here? Defense. I really wonder which kind of stat I should prefer here on my critters. Well, let's go for attack. And upgrade that sword. And let's see, so... forgot the names again. So we're looking for Nature's Blessing and Black Lotus. Yeah, that's true. Nature's Blessing and Black Lotus. So Black Lotus is no. Nature's Blessing. Also no, so we'll have to fuse the Ents in. Okay. Okay, I'm quite okay with that. Alright. Kyorin, hey there, welcome. So happy to see you. Okay, we pulled off the good old Ent trick. Now, I'm left off with not too many death creatures here. That's a wee bit sad. But, well. Let's see. Creatures. I don't have any life critter. It's not too terrible. Oh yeah, okay, I see. So let's see, death. What do I have here? Curse of Gimli. Enemies are afflicted with a random debuff for every 3 stacks of zombies we got. My creatures gain 1 stack of zombies. I got that Morph Death. Morph Death will be very important for Summon Horde. My creatures gain a random minion for each creature fighting on my side. It belongs to the same class as the caster, yeah. So we're going to work with Morph Death here, for sure. So this is going to be a much more intricate build as usual. So Supplicant Sacrifice, okay. I like these a lot. So first things first. Where was I? Man, there's just too many things at once. Now I forgot which spell I wanted to upgrade. Dang. I got 1 Master spell already as a finished spell. That's not what I wanted to check, but... let's see. Oh yeah, that Greater Dispel needs definitely upgrades, because we're going to take that one for sure. The Benediction needs upgrades to be spread. Covenant needs some upgrades too. Curse of Gimli. Well, I don't know if I'm going to use that, but I want to give it a spin. Banish. Well, probably won't need that. Fulmination. Okay, no thanks. Graveyard Shift. Let's spread that for now too. Major Resurrection. Morph Death. I think that was the one that I wanted to use. Praise the Sun I wanted to use. Reincarnation. There's a Requiem we need to soup up. Resurrection. Conquest, Rifling, well, Supplicant Sacrifice, and Summon Horde. Summon Horde is a much more elegant way than Supplicant Sacrifice, if I morph my critters first, that is. But I don't mind the morph. I mean, we gain defense for that. So we're going to put that on Generosity and Morph Death. And let's upgrade the Summon Horde. Oops. And from this point on, it's going to be a lot of work here to get everything done, but I'm looking forward to that. This is going to be so much fun. So Summon Horde, I want to have that one generous as well, and a chance to cast twice. Hell yeah, that sounds like extremely appealing to me. Okay, Summon Horde, check. We're also going to enchant now Benediction with Generosity and Death Spell. Then Greater Dispel has to... Let's shift that into a Nature spell, so it's not all on the Death critters. Major Resurrection is going to be turned into a Death spell. And Requiem. Then I have to check how stacked my Death critters are already. So also, let's see, I need to be careful. Okay, the creature's minion spell gems do not consume any charges. This creature casts its first spell gems that summon minions. Okay, this dude is going to be very important for my strat. More defense for each death gem. Mending portions. Okay. So let's see. Requiem, Benediction, Major Resurrection, Mass Dispel. Is that all we had for death? Was well, the other spells aren't modded yet, so I might be modding them. Because we don't have any minion summoning spells yet. So these must be non-ethereal as well. Okay. Let's see. Here are my summoning spells. So Summon Horde would be, of course, very, very fun if I'd be able to pull that off, but this is going to be cast at the beginning of the fight, right? Yeah, this will work. So I think I'm going to go for Graveyard Shift for now. Let's see. No, not horrible. How? Which one? Well, Supplicant Sacrifice. That would be pretty appealing too. I mean, all my critters start with Reborn, so that wouldn't be any issue. I could, of course, just pick up some Apocalyptic Riders or gems, but now we're going to do that. Supplicant Sacrifice is going to be generous, and the Sorcery spell now, and Night Shift is going to be the same. Graveyard Shift, I mean. Sorcery and Generosity. There we go. So this dude has something. Graveyard Shift and Supplicant Sacrifice. I hope that does trigger, though. I'm not too sure about that. Now, let's forge some artifacts for everybody. Hey, Asuriel! So happy to see you. Hope you're doing fine. So, what are we going to forge here? I say I'll just forge 5 shields here. Because so far, my whole combo seems to be pretty much revolving around defense. There we go. Now, raid. I mean, it's always just the base stat. After all, you can change it later down the road, so you can slot in whatever you want to. But some baseline defense, I think it doesn't hurt. Really curious to see how this plays out now. Aww. Yeah, that's appreciated. That's truly appreciated. Oh, thank you. And I hope you're having a good night, mate. Say hi to everybody back at home who still knows me. And I'll say hi to my people over here too. Oh, yeah, brimstone dropping per point, but I knew that it would be just enough to get the job done. So let's convert some into 100k. That should be enough. Thank you for your support so much, Asura. Appreciate your help a lot. Okay, so let's socket these things. I'm going to start out with just some flat offensive build, you know? If I can afford that. Whoops, I didn't mean to go for agile on damage. Stumbled into the trick slot there too quickly. I know that's a little bit controversial to first craft those shields and then and then slot in the deck gems, but I mean, it's not like I really have any shortage of money here or whatsoever, so let's see how this will play out. I mean, so far, I literally got no clue how this will look like, so we're going to write some macros here and all. I guess. Okay, let's check out what will happen now. I'll just go for no instability first, because this is the test drive, you know. Okay, so first critters are hitting town. We got all the minions. Supplicant Sacrifice goes off. That's a good thing. I forgot to pick up the anointment that procs Rebirth, though. So, bad for me. Let's see. Major Resurrection, though, is a spell that we can go for. Let's see. So, Death Morph. And casting Supplicant Sacrifice right away. Fine. So let's see, Summon Horde should not cost anything here at this point, so minions are stacking like crazy. Okay. And my critters are now casting Apocalypse. Okay, so looks like we can just spam Summon Horde. Okay. That's looking quite nice so far. We're going to forfeit now because I didn't proc the necessary thing with the things. Anointment. Alright. So, anointment here. Fixed signs. If we're below 80%, we get some heal. My ethereal spell gems have more potency. That's definitely not going to be useful. My creatures cast their spells one additional time. More minions. Here. My creatures gain rebirth from the get-go. That's the perk I was looking for. I think that's been it. And now, let's see. I want to check out if I can write a macro like that. Edit macro. Here. So, if this creature is not class death, cast Dwarf Death. Works. Wonderful. Oh yeah, I can scroll like that. Getting that. So, and well, if this creature, let's see, has minion amalgamation, zombies attack a random enemy. Okay, so Macro 8. We're going to install Macro 8 for now. Wait a sec. Gotta be editing that one too. And if this creature doesn't have... Which one was it now? Let's say War. No. If this creature... Oh yeah, now we have it. If this creature is class Death, cast Summon Horde. Okay, let's see. Move that line up, and let's just slap that onto every creature and see what it'll do. Let's see how that'll work out. This will create a storm of summons. And, well, let's see. So everybody's macroed? Yeah. Macroed and loaded. So let's go for a regular clean. And see how quickly that will work. So there we go. Supplicant Sacrifice fires off. Rebirth, getting him back on his feet. Wonderful. So enemies are smacking. Good. We're not receiving too much damage here. So why is my Inquisitor Countess costing summoning? Oh, okay, because they are Death class. Duh. No, that macro line doesn't work. I have to edit that. It has to be all allies need to be Death. I don't know if I can't configure that. But, well... First piece of good news is that we got lots and lots of minions, and... yeah, it's working out quite well so far. I want to see... can I add a line? If all allies... yeah, we can't create that, so... if all allies are class death, cost summon horde. That makes more sense. But I'm also not sure if I really want to pull this off like that, because this looks pretty strong, but it also looks pretty lengthy. But let's see, okay. So there's tons of critters now spawning on top of me. We're also a very slow combo. It's one thing I'm definitely noticing. So my Inquisitoruses are attacking instead of doing anything, so the script works, and now we're in the death morph zone, and my army has an army. Yeah, that's true. So I'd say it's instability time. Seriously, this should be put to a test somewhere else. My God, what have I done? So, well, I don't think that everybody should be on that macro. That lengthens fights way too hard. I should be spreading out my strategy a little bit. But beyond that, stuff's working out really, really good. I mean, let's see. I think I should be just attacking most of the time. And probably have 2 people on that summoning department. And because this is just, you know, unnecessarily lengthy. This would be interesting if the enemy would be stronger, but I mean, the good news is I can indefinitely support this this shenanigans, but why is there supplicant sacrifice happening there? Whatever. Yeah, no, we'll have to. Oh no, I didn't mean to. Probably I should link it to the amount of zombie stacks or something like that, I don't know. But if we'll have to work it out like that, this ain't fun. Okay. So let's rip out. Or no, we're just going to edit it like that. Here, creatures. We'll leave that macro only on a couple of particular dudes. Let's see. Let's leave just one of them going like that. Just to keep the flow of new minions going. Let's see how quickly the fight will go now. So far, so good, I'd say. Although I still miss a couple of features here, but I mean, my artifacts have tons of slots open, so this shouldn't be any problem whatsoever. Okay, let's see. Let's go for the basic attack strategy. I mean, in general, my minions do all manner of funky things for me, and I don't really need to do that much. But the interesting question here is, how can I turn that into something that's getting the job done smoothly, you know, quickly. how can I pull up a pre-battle nuke, for example? So I still don't understand why this dude is spamming the spell so hard. Okay. So one thing I'm noticing though, that Death Morph should happen immediately. Okay. But what I also notice is that these dudes, they spiral into an insane power quite quickly. Okay, we're going to forfeit out of here, because I don't want to stick around here right now. But that's already looking very, very promising from this point on. Ah, here. Let's put them onto a real stress test and get them into a real instability. But also, I want to have some options here, so let's see. Greater Dispel. Oh yeah, we definitely need it. I definitely created that one. For a certain purpose. So I don't have anybody with a particular focus into intelligence. That's kind of sad. I also noticed that, let's see, yeah, the Inquisitor Countess is my most speedy critter, so directly followed by the Carnivorous Inquisitor. So these two people, or these three dudes here, saying Inquisitors as if any other class would, don't mind it. So we're going to use the fastest one definitely as the one who's going to spam out that that morph spell. So, whoops. This one will receive the macro. This one not. Here we go. So here we have our first thing going. Then let's see. This dude is pretty loaded with spell gems, so I'm not too interested in that. So this one here could be then my spellcaster. Okay, so let's use this field item. Intelligence plus minus health. No, I want, yeah, carefulness. That's a pretty good combo. So this is going to be my spellcaster. We're going to bring up damage spells via nature, as it seems. So let's see. Is there any spell that deals more damage the more minions I got? I know that's a very odd request, but let's see. Let's see if... I'll start with Death Magic, because, you know, obviously. Debuff for every zombie here. No. Target takes a moderate amount of damage plus 20% for each minion the caster has. There we go. Direct orders. Let's see. Maybe there's more though. Your creatures gain a random minion. Cute. just I'm looking for something that is able to deal out some oomph there. So I can't get rid of weaker enemy parties quicker. Okay, that didn't yield anything. Well, I mean, nature does have spells for damage, but I'd love to have something. Oh, target dogpile. So that's basically a weaker version of direct order. Then I'll rather take the direct order. That had more bonus per minion. But beyond that, well, elemental rock. But so far, things are working out a lot better than when I rebuilt or when I built my Windrunner. And there's still a lot of improvement potential here on this combo. Like 6 trait slots alone on those artifacts still. It's pretty good. Toxic Frogmania. So, well, Target's blending. So, let's check out these as well. I mean, probably there is something and I'm not noticing it, so that would be a tragedy. Dream Stomp. An AoE based on minions would be great. So far, I've only seen single target damage. I mean, I always can go for some standard AoE planets or something like that, but I always like to go with the flavor of my team, you know. Not looking too good here. Steel Storm, yeah, I still got those. Subterfuge, Summons, Time Walk. Well, I still have to look over the Chaos spells. Although I don't expect anything, but who knows. I mean, Chaos could also have some interaction with minions because it doesn't summon any on its own. Who knows? I'm mainly looking for some way of devastating my enemies quickly. But if that doesn't work, we're going to do it the classical way. No problem. Oh, 9 meteors. Cute. Pandemonium. Promethean Blaze. Thank you, Wolfio. Well, okay. Okay, I tried. So we're going to just upgrade one of those steel storms. Into a nature spell with generosity, and let's see, defense penetration. Now that sounds sexy too. Okay. Here we go, Steel Storm. Do I have anything else with shared properties? No. Okay, then we're going to go for... yeah, whatever. Steel Storm will do. Then we're going to unsocket stuff on... oh, which Inquisitor was it again? Infernal Inquisitor, okay. So... because, you know, intelligence rocks. Then we're going to go for extra spell gem slots, maybe? Would be a good idea, don't you think? Yeah. Let's go for spell gem slots and spell potency. There we go. Okay, so let's see. So I will also need to rewrite that macro line there. Add line if all allies are not class death, cost, morph death. So now everybody has that spell on my team. There we go. And we can remove that one. And if ally 3 can cast, is there a line like can cast spells? Can provoke? Can. Okay. Is class death cost Steel Storm? Let's see how that'll work out. It's a pretty simple setup, but here we go. Let's give it a whirl. And also we're going to go for some instability. Let's see. What good is a field test for if you don't try it on real enemies? So, here we go. Supplicant Sacrifice, triggering. Tons of minions on my critters. Enemies that I don't know about. Okay. So, macro. That didn't work. They didn't morph. I'll have to check out my dude there. Okay. Infernal Inquisitor is needing a moment. I somehow don't seem to have assigned the macros accordingly. But Steel Storm didn't really do much here. Okay. something about those macros didn't work out. But beyond that, I mean, doesn't seem like we're in any particular trouble here. So, Requiem that. It's pretty chill. So, like almost like, as if my critters are invulnerable. Mecha costume. Lunatio statue, okay. So, let's see. Ah, yeah, okay. I'll just remove that summon horde thing out of that one. So let's see. And now let's put all the creatures back on macro again, I'd say. Let's see. Okay. We didn't go for... Something is off here. Okay. That Steel Storm doesn't really solve any problems, sadly. But one good thing about all this is pretty clearly the minions do a lot of work, even without me doing anything in particular. That's pretty nasty. So, Major Resurrection. Okay, we're confused. That's why. So let's zap a Greater Dispel. That regard. Okay, it ain't as compact or lean as other builds of mine were so far, but why the heck is that Resurrect not working? Oh, whatever. Probably somebody's blocking the Resurrection there. So without that Summon Horde spam, though, I don't get the Riders of the Apocalypse together. Oh, yay, another exotic. Gravekeeper. That sounds like a Minion Master thing. Let's hope I'll survive that somehow. But so far, stuff's looking pretty good. Okay. Now, Major Resurrect and Morph. Gravekeeper is an exotic made by Jim Lee. Okay. Well, I already assumed that. So at the start of a creature's turn, they gain 1 stack of zombies. Oh, hell yeah. This is nice. I can't cast spells now. So, well, Jim Lee also got a spell named after him. Okay, Death Morph. And Summon Horde. Yeah. I basically only need to trigger Summon Horde until I got the Apocalyptic Riders out. I think I don't need to go deeper than that. So, what I gotta say so far is that I'm absolutely shocked how massive this team already is from the get-go. You know, I seem to have no problems whatsoever to survive a tier 5 instability from the scratch, so it's pretty scary. Alright, one Summon Horde. That double cast on the Summon Horde is sick. You need to use that Morph Death spell. Morph Death is great, isn't it? I really like that one. Yeah, I mean, the amount of extra minions I get there is absolutely insane. But at the same time, I feel as if I got some issues with killing easier enemies. So this dude, this realm here has 84% chance of evasion. So we're not smacking that dude. More grief. I don't know what that is. I never played Dominions. Or at least I tried to, but I didn't get in there. So can somebody please just whack that monster? So stat growth would be definitely some very, very appealing strategy here. I feel like since the zombies are working around your own stats, sounds like a great idea to increase your own stats to some degree. So sort of stat growth would be pretty nice. I mean, I got an insane amount of room here. I mean, we got even one fusion slot open. That means I got 7 great slots open, so far, I'm extremely pleased about the versatility of the Necromancer here so far. Minions are stupidly strong without you forcing too much into a certain direction. Well, it depends on the stuff, Wolfio. To some degree, you always have to destroy a couple of things because you get a achievement for that. Yeah, stat boosting is always a good thing, Joran, that's true. You can definitely generalize that into a common statement. Yeah, the ones where you just destroy stuff, they're basically only good for your achievement counter. Exactly, Dodo. Some things just don't give anything. So, I mean, we're basically passively killing our enemies here. My dudes are not getting to act, but they're also not dying. So I really need to compactify this thing. Well, to be fair, Bjorn, I expected that I'll just flat out die here when I go into a tier 5 instability. I didn't expect to be successful, and by the way, right now this game actually plays itself for me. My creatures don't get to act. Why, actually? Why can't I control my critters? I'd like to know. Yeah, so I definitely need some mechanic that does increase the stats of my team by just being what they are. I mean, we do gain a infinite amount of minions here, obviously. That doesn't seem to be any problem. But what does seem to be a problem is that the growth of my team is pretty limited. Oh, what? I can't act? You guys serious? Ow. There I thought the part of the game where I had to get to act on something was over. I mean, basically I'll just need some stat gain on healing, because I run a mending combo. So we have permanent heals. Greater Dispel is amazing, yeah, I agree with you, Bjorn. It's almost too good, if you get my idea. It's almost mitigating the necessity of that other Dispel spell in between. I mean the medium one. The small one is only a single target, and the other one is AoE, but that Major Dispel, or how it was called, it doesn't really have any particular sense anymore, you know. Okay. Horde summoning! Yeah, that's why I love to use ethereal spells, Bjorn. Generosity gives you the ability to spam these spells like crazy in every fight. Like I have 5 free charges of that spell per se. I like that. So my strategy seems to be just to spam Summon Horde until I have all the Apocalyptic Riders out, so all my critters start spamming Apocalypse when they get to act. I think that's really the entire strategy of playing Necromancer these days. I think there's not much more behind that. Because now I got a free spell cast at the beginning of my turns. And yeah, Turkalan. I started my Siralim up after a while not playing. No, there was no announced wipe, but I heard that there was some sort of a bug that made these things happen, Turkalan. Magic Missile multi-spam. Well, the good thing is there are so many different strategies that you can go for. Even if they are only for the lulz, you know, who cares? If it's fun, it was worth it. So what was that one? Plus 50% treasure from cache. Okay. It's been like a year since I've last played. Okay. Yeah, I was actually considering to do a new account as well when the full version hits town. But, well, probably will not. Probably only gonna do that for some tutorial kind of thing. Because I do plan to do some tutorial material once the full release hits town. Yay! Trade materials. So I think some stat boosting mechanics are the best that I can do here, because it's a quite simple thing. The most of my minions' damage is based on some certain stats of my critters. So improving on stats improves on damage. Card hunting. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't want to do that again too. Well, the good thing is this game is so deep that you don't need to start anew, because you've already seen it all or something like that. A lot of people, a lot of games have that kind of problem. But this one not so much. Alright. So I'll definitely think I won't be playing my Necromancer outside of the Instability 5 regions, because, you know, it's one of these builds that's so friggin' clunky, but still so effective at the end of the day, that I don't want to play it anywhere else. Because here in tier 5 instabilities, it's okay that I am slowly killing. Because, you know, if you're slowly killing, but killing everything, in instabilities, that's actually worth a lot. It's still better if you manage to kill stuff quickly, but, you know, if you're surviving a tier 5 instability, and if it's not taking ages to kill stuff, by all means, you're doing great. Keep going. Alright. Neat. I really didn't think that it would go that good. So now we're just going to go to install some stat pump, and then this beauty is good to go, I guess. I think that's right now the biggest issue behind that build, that my stats are hitting a ceiling too quickly. No, not at all, Jorn. I'm so surprised. The damage doesn't really get through my dudes. I don't know how the hell that's happening, but well, it does, and I don't ask questions about that. Must be the shield's defense bonus. Okay, my dear friends, that's gonna be my good night for today. It's been a really cool day. I hope you enjoyed it as well. I don't know if minions gain a grand form of protection. Let's check that out before I go. So let's see. These deal damage. Riflings debuff the enemy. War reflects damage. Unstable Horror increases stats. So... oh, I need to defend or provoke, and the Unstable Horrors will do the show. Oh, alright, maybe that'll work out. Good night, everybody. It's been my pleasure. See you soon.